And we're live. What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the back door. I'm your host, Nikki Smokes. I got Ryan and Bobby with me. The regular season is over. It's officially playoff season. My team is not in it. What else is new? The Dolphins will be watching the playoffs from home, while my guy Ryan here, he's got his fucking playoff suit on. How
Yes,
you
sir.
feeling, buddy? I mean, it's got to be exciting knowing you're gonna have another game this weekend, right?
Nothing is like playoff week, bro. I mean, I'll just fill you in because you're not,
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I know nothing about it. Like, please tell me all the details.
bro. It's just like, I mean, I know it's kind of bullshit because there's the extra team this year. Usually it's 12 teams left, but something about that extra week where everybody else is at home, every eye is on your team playing, win or go home. That it just feels different, bro. It's just like different. It's unlike any sport where there's series. It's just one game, win or go home.
Let me ask you something. What does it feel like going into a playoff game knowing you have a chance to win? Now, I'm not saying that's the case this week for the Eagles, although I like them. We'll get into that later. I mean, you've seen your team win a Super Bowl. You've seen your team be very competitive and dominant. Me, on the other hand, I go to a playoff game. My team loses by 18 points. I know that we're losing the second we step foot off the bus. What's it like going into a playoff game as a fan, knowing that you have a legitimate chance of actually winning a game? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Do you talk to anyone? Is there any superstitions? Talk to me.
Nah, this year, because this year is house money, really. Like, we weren't supposed to be here.
I'm talking about in general, though. I know this year's a fucking fluke and your division's a joke and you really shouldn't be in the playoffs, but the NFC sucks. But I'm talking about in your history of watching good Eagles football, what's it like going into a playoff game expecting to win?
Like I said, bro, you just can't like put it into words. It's more like the way you carry yourself throughout the week. You bust out the shirts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, son.
You got the hat, you got the fucking sweats. You're looking like fucking Tony Soprano walking down with the full body suit. Like, you can't explain it, bro. Especially when you're going to the game, dude. I've had the biggest nuts all week. Nobody could tell me shit.
Know what? I can somewhat relate to what you were saying. So when the Dolphins actually were in the playoffs in 2016, I was walking around Dolphins gear Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I fly out to Pitt Friday, Saturday, walk up to the game Sunday. I'm fucking walking around. I'm strutting like a peacock. My cock is touching the floor while my balls are in my stomach because it's minus 12 degrees out there. Oof. And then the kickoff happens and Antonio Brown is like scoring a touchdown on like the third offensive snap. And after that, I knew we were dead. And then I saw Matt Moore get decapitated. So I've never actually went to a game and was like, damn, like we have a chance at winning. So I can only imagine what that feels like going through the full 4-hour game, like actually believing you have a shot to win and walk out of there a winner. I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, last playoff game I went to was the Eagles' last playoff game up in Philly against the Seahawks. But I'm up there. I'm cold as shit. It's like 15 degrees, and I'm in the nosebleeds because I bought tickets the day before. And that was the game where Wentz went out in the first drive. So in comes Josh McCown, and the whole rest of the game, it's just like, one, you're worrying what's wrong with Wentz. Is he coming back? Two, you're like, all right, Josh McCown cannot fucking move. This dude is immobile, like completely immobile. He's basically paralyzed. And you just really felt there was no hope. But they were in it until the last play of the game. So,
bro, so at my work, I work with a guy. He's an Eagles fan, right? So I'm always thinking of you at work, unfortunately. And I honestly love Eagle fans so much for their passion and just how they are. Like, they're the scumbags of the earth, but I absolutely love them. So you're going to hear an ad play, but this is what it's all about to me. I mean, this guy is getting arrested for armed robbery, and this is the only thing he has to say, bro.
Eagles are on the minds of just about everyone as we get ready for this Sunday's game.
A man being arrested in Luzerne County had just one thing to say to reporters when being taken into custody.
Go Eagles.
On camera, allegedly trying.
That's great.
Bro, do they say go Eagles? Is that the thing out there? Is that how they say Eagles in Philly? Go Eagles? I'm not going to watch Eagles.
Eagles is like a Northeast thing. It's like an old school, like anybody drops a pass and that person's a bum for the rest of their career. Like, oh, this bum. Even if this dude catches the game-winning touchdown, it's like, did you see that bum make that catch? Eagles
Sounds like me.
right? It's a Northeast thing. Like South Philly is all Italian. That's Birds. Go Birds. Go Eagles. But Northeast is go Eagles.
You were there when they won the fucking Super Bowl. My boy was telling me there was a guy in a full Eagles costume standing in a tree, flapping his wings.
I believe it, bro. I didn't see him, but I was everywhere that night. I must have ran 40 blocks. But I believe it. I mean, I saw there was videos of dudes eating dog or cow or horse shit. There was videos of I was with a kid that just randomly jumped on a moving car and was surfing on it. It was crazy, bro. There was kids climbing the poles and they greased them all up with like Crisco so you couldn't climb them. They were climbing them anyways. They collapsed the Donald Trump Hotel, the awning. I was front row for that. This kid's awesome.
This reminds me of me. If I was an Eagles fan, this is me. Why can't I hear him?
I'm ready to roll if they need me. I'm 26 years old. I'm ready to roll. I played 2 years.
Bullshit.
I'm in the best shape of my life.
I want to go to a game in Philadelphia so bad. I promise you, I would act like the biggest Birds fan ever just so I could get away with being the biggest obnoxious asshole in the world because that fits my description.
Bro, we'll go to a game next year at home for sure. But there's the best video of Eagles Twitter is just type in "Go Birds" on YouTube or something. Go Birds kid, and it's this drunk ass like probably 20 years old.
Like this.
Go Birds! And the Vikings fan is just screaming at him, and he's just like, "Go Birds!" Bro,
I know exactly what video you're talking.
I spent like 2 weeks trying to figure out who that kid was online, and just so I could thank him. Yes. The lady's like, "You disrespectful little fuck," and he just said like 2 words. That's all he has. Bro, that's gonna be me this weekend. That kid is awesome.
Where are you watching the game?
I'm going to the game.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I believe
this
you.
dude don't read the group chat, bro.
Yeah, Smoke's got us on mute.
He sent the whole photo of the tickets.
I'm in there.
Shut up.
100%.
That is so sick. Good for you, bro. Good
Dude,
for fucking you.
It's going to be like 30-mile-per-hour winds. It's going to be raining. It's going to be like 50 degrees. I'm in there.
So you're going to the playoffs. That must be nice. But guess who's not going to the playoffs? Justin Herbert. We had a little crazy Sunday night madness. I'm going to start with Bobby. I mean, they both could have made it, right? I mean, what the fuck was going on Sunday night?
Dude, what a game. I mean, Justin Herbert, best 4th down quarterback. He's the best. Like, if Justin Herbert 4th down edition, he might be better than anybody in the league because it was just 1st down incompletion, 2nd down drop, 3rd down incompletion, 4th down 20-yard pass. And they did that.
Make those throws?
I didn't. No. I'm off the Tua train. You know, I've told you this. I'm off the Tua train.
He's off the plantation. All right, continue. I'm sorry. I just have to bring it up when I can.
No, you're good. No, but it was an unreal game. I was a little on tilt because I live bet the Chargers at halftime. I felt like everything was going the Raiders' way. I mean, they had that muff punt that led to instant points. They had one of the worst pass interference calls I've ever seen on that ball that was thrown in, like not even on the field almost, that Zay Jones drew. So I just felt like the Chargers were the better team in that one. The Raiders got some better bounces there, in my opinion. But I mean, what a game. You can't ask for much more. And I was kind of squeezing the tie at the end too. I was like, I'll push my bet, see some chaos. I think everyone was rooting for chaos. It honestly felt rigged because when do you ever have a playoff game where it could, or a regular season game where it could tie and both teams could make it, and then somehow that game goes to overtime? The whole thing was just nuts. I was on the edge of my bed until the end of the night. Couldn't go to sleep afterwards. So, yeah, it was definitely an epic game.
Did Stanley do enough, or Staley, I apologize. Did he do enough to get fired? I mean, technically, it's kind of his fault that they lost that game.
See, like that fourth down, he went for it too. That's another one. Just free points they were giving away. The thing about Staley is I don't like it. I think you got to pick and choose your spots with the fourth down, like going for it.
It was
But I
cute the
get,
first half of the year. Like, we
yeah,
loved it. Like, we thought he was like the fucking next Bill Belichick. Because
Because
now no one really likes it.
yeah, no doubt. And it's like it's such a risk reward that when it pays off, it's great. But from there, like I don't even understand the reward. You're still at the 20-yard line and have to go 80 yards. So like you didn't even really guarantee yourself anything there. But the one thing I'll at least somewhat respect about him is he just does it every fucking time. It's not like he's just randomly saying, all right, we're going to go for it this time. He's like, when it's fourth down, the team doesn't even come off the field. They know they're going.
Yeah, he's definitely got a massive cock. Ryan, what'd you make of the fucking game?
The only takeaway, first of all, it was a classic. The game was insane. The only takeaway that I could have from it though is Brandon Staley is just incompetent. Cost his team not only a playoff berth, but just I feel like he probably lost the locker room somewhere along that game. At least a lot of those players, because I was willing to bet that he was going to go for two when they went down by one with like 20 seconds left when they scored that touchdown at the end of the game to send it to overtime. I thought he was going for two there, which would have just been, then you get my respect because then it's like, all right, you have a plan, you're sticking with it. But then he kicked the field goal and then called the timeout, which the Raiders were literally trying to run the clock out. He called the timeout to get the personnel on the field, and they were just like, all right, you want to give us a break? You want to let us make subs, whatever? We're going to run the ball again. And then by that point, they're in field goal range. They can't not kick it. I think he's just a clown, bro. You got to have a feel for the game. There's room for analytics, but you can't just live by the binder. Like this, I don't know, bro. I think he's a clown.
I agree. I watch Justin Herbert play, and every time I just look at myself in the mirror and I go, why did I want to draft Tua so bad? I mean, 4th and 21. This man drops a fucking horse cock of a ball into the end zone, and I'm just like, bro, I will never get that as long as I live. And people are always like, oh, you're neglecting so much of your audience because you don't support Tua. Like, bro, I can't support ass. Like, I can't, bro. Like, I'm watching Herbert play, and I'm like, what excuse do you make for Herbert, bro? You guys pray for him to have a bad game. He goes out, plays a schwank game against fucking Houston, and our fans couldn't wait to demolish him. But, bro, I would give my left nut to have Justin Herbert as my quarterback, and I would give my left nut for Deshaun Watson right now. And it's just, I don't know how people can watch elite quarterbacks play and just be like, I'm bought in on Tua. I mean, that 4th and 21 throw is just fucking like, that's elite shit. Like, that's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs against the Ravens, scrambling 15 yards, throwing it across his body 45 yards on the 3rd and 15, moving the chains and ending up winning the game for his team. Now, obviously, the Chargers didn't win a game, but it wasn't because Herbert didn't do his fucking job, bro. It's because your boy Staley, he's just, as Ryan calls him, a fucking prick, and he cost his team the game. But it is what it is. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. And that brings us into Black Monday. Coaches are getting fucking canned, thrown out like a fucking 3-legged dog, useless. No one wants it. They laugh at them when they look at them. Who was the biggest surprise firing for you guys? I'll start with Ryan.
I mean, I'll leave the obvious one. I actually thought that the Texans firing Cully was pretty surprising to me, but now that all the details coming out, like apparently he kind of took that job knowing that he was a one and done. So, I mean, Flores obviously, but I'll let y'all go on that.
Bobby.
Yeah, and on Cully, bro, he got a bag. Wasn't it like 17 million? And all he had to do was coach the team for 1 year.
20, yeah, he's getting 20 million to just go away.
Deal. I would sign that deal in a heartbeat.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I mean, how do I not sit here and say Brian Flores? I mean, I was stepped away from my phone. I'm usually on my fucking Twitter 24/7 and all that. I stepped away for whatever reason. I don't know what I was doing. And I came back to like 20 texts from every friend that I know. They fired Flores. They fired Flores. They fired Flores. And I was just like, is everyone, did you guys all group text each other to fuck with me right now? I don't know what's going on. So then I finally opened my phone and saw the news. And I mean, it came as a shock to me. I think he definitely did enough to deserve another year. I mean, 2 winning seasons back to back for the Miami Dolphins. That's just like, that doesn't come around ever so often. I don't know how we're going to just throw a guy away like that. But now that it's kind of said and done at this point, I mean, I like Flores. I was a Flores guy. I felt like you could buy into what he was doing, playing hard-nosed football and building around the defense. But he definitely had his flaws. He wasn't the greatest coach of all time. That's for certain. And it shows that he's obviously not a bad coach because he's at the top of so many other like lists right now. Like, he's probably the hottest coach on the market, and we just canned him. So I don't know. It's still so much to digest and so much to make of it. Smoke, I know you're at it 24/7 over on Dolphins Twitter.
Oh, I mean, that it's a fucking full-time job, and at this point, I cannot help brainwash people, right? I mean, once you're set in stone, you're set in stone, and I can't change anyone's mind. So I just bite my tongue now. I get my replies blown up. I just bite my tongue. Now my only role is to make people laugh. Did it catch me by surprise? Of course, bro. Greer kept his job, but Flores didn't keep his job. There was a case for Flores to be fired, no doubt. Like, no doubt. But you're going to fire him before Greer? You're going to fire him before trying to upgrade your quarterback? I just don't understand how Flores was the first one to be canned when he's only been here for 3 years. They said he didn't make the playoffs, right? Well, his first year, the mission was tank for Tua, and he failed that mission. I know we got to him, but we were not supposed to win 5 games. I'm telling you right now, Ross and Flo got off to a bad start because Flo did too much his first year. We should have never won 5 games. We should have never had the 5th overall pick. Then the following year, we missed the playoffs by like a statistical fucking marginal thing, some bullshit. Tua benched 3 times. We won 10 games with Fitzpatrick and Tua at the helm. Then this year, we start 1-7, right? Well, although people call me a Tua hater, I don't think he's dog shit. I mean, he's obviously better than Brissett, but he's dog shit compared to Deshaun Watson. That's my biggest thing. Like, you want to compare Tua to a mid-level quarterback? I understand what you're saying, but Tua compared to an elite guy? I mean, come on, bro. It's not even a fucking debate. Like, that's my biggest thing, is that an elite guy wants to come here, and people are pushing back on that because of Tua, and the talent is not there to do that. So anyway, you win 9 games. You go 9-8 with Tua being out for 5 games, so you have to play Jacoby Brisket, and he is fucking terrible. He's terrible. And yet we start 1-7 and still win 9 games. Now, are you going to tell me that's because of the elite fucking skill players we have? No, it's because of our defense. And who runs our defense? Brian Flores. You guys don't like his game plan? Well, his game plan is we're playing through our defense. We're going to try to hold everyone to under 20 points, do what we can on offense, take as many points as we could get, and try to just win the game in the ugliest fashion because we do not have the offense or the quarterback play to produce fucking points. You can't throw the ball down the field 30 times a game when the offensive line sucks. They do suck, but you also can't do that when you have Tua. It is what it is. The whole offense is RPO this, RPO that, blah, 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 blah. It just makes no sense to me how Flores was the first one fired in that organization. It blows my mind. And to be honest, I truly believe that the firing means that the Dolphins are going to end up sticking with Tua. And if we get rid of Flores to go build around Tua, I'm petrified. Because that means we're going to have to get the head coach hiring right, which is almost impossible. Look at the Dolphins' history. I mean, we change coaches just like we change quarterbacks every other fucking year. And I would rather build around an elite quarterback than a guy who it's coming into year 3 and you're still making excuses saying he hasn't had a fair assessment. What's not fair about being benched 3 times in your rookie year because you played like shit? What's not fair about you missing 5 games this year because you're not durable? And what's not fair about you looking like an absolute scrub in the biggest game of the entire year? And everything is just somehow Flores' fault. He has his flaws. Like I said, there's a case for him to be fired. No doubt. No doubt. He had a case to be fired, but for him to be the first one out of the building, that's why it's the biggest surprise to me.
Well, and what's crazy too is it seems like we're just in the Tannehill cycle again, where you
Yes.
make the excuses and the excuses. You fire your coach. You go bring in the offensive mastermind and Adam
Yes.
Gase, and he's supposed to bring it all back. And look what we're doing again. It's just like I don't know how many times something could happen until you realize like we got to try and do something differently here. I mean, the hardest thing in the NFL to do is acquire an elite quarterback. And if you have the means to go do that, which they do, I believe, and I think they want Watson. Right now, it's Watson or bust. I think that's the franchise saver because anything else is going to be another long project, and we all know how the long projects with the Miami Dolphins go.
I think, and I truly believe this, and Tuanon can suck my dick, although I know Tuanon personally. The difference between the Dolphins having Watson and Tua is a 6-game swing. I believe having Watson is the difference between going 6-11 versus 12-5, 13-4. I truly believe that because an elite quarterback, I mean, people just are. We haven't had one since Marino, so they don't know the value of it. You know, we don't know the fucking value of it. But it's fucking unbelievable. I just can't even believe I have to fucking talk about it. Anyway, let's get to something a little brighter than the. Go ahead, Ryan.
How long has Greer been there?
20 years. He's
So
been
how
the
many-
GM. He took over full power of GM since 2016. He's been with the team since 2000. Took over an executive role in 2006 or 2007, but he's been with the team longer than pretty much anyone. And he's been there since fucking Ross.
But he's been the GM for just 5 years now.
Yes, 2016, I
Okay.
believe, is when he took full reins. But him and Mike Tannenbaum were like GM and like co-GM. It was like a little tag team duo. But long story short, he's been the GM twice as long as Brian Flores was the head coach for the Dolphins.
So this will be his third head coach.
Adam Gase, Brian Flores, and who was the one before him, Bobby? I'm trying to remember. Not Philbin. Was Philbin that recent?
Yeah, he was
It
recent.
was Philbin, and then didn't we have Dan Campbell as an interim for
Dan
however long?
Campbell, but I liked him. Chris Greer's been with the team since 2000. So been an executive since 2007. And we've had so many fucking coaches I can't remember the order, to be honest.
You have to think if this next hire doesn't work out, then that's it for Greer.
I mean, yeah.
You hope.
I just don't know how. That's my whole thing, though, bro. It's like, how do you fire Flores before Greer? Because Flores is the one. Now, I know everyone's like, it's not easy to work with him. Well, he's the one head coach that brought us back-to-back winning seasons. So it's almost like out of all the coaches that have failed us so far, he's had the most success. That's my fucking problem.
Yeah, I saw that Flores, like after the firing, people saying that Flores was like really upfront and kind of like it was his way or the highway. He even told apparently per Mike Lombardi for
Not true. It's not true.
Yeah, he already said it. Yeah.
No,
okay.
But I heard I heard him from the podcast, and it's exactly what he said. Like he just got caught lying. Like he didn't think that many people would listen to his podcast. But the quote was, there was like a conversation that I said I wasn't going to say. What that conversation was that Flores told Tua that if I knew you were going to be this bad, I would have took Mac Jones. And then Dolphins Twitter absolutely like blew it up, and he took back what he said. But no, he said it, but he got caught lying, so he looks like a fucking idiot.
That would be a great quote.
Yeah, it would have been fucking legendary. I'm tired of talking about the Dolphins. It makes me depressed. But you know what doesn't make me depressed is when I cream my jeans. So, Ryan, what is making you cream your jeans?
Honestly, this is going to sound weird. This is probably like a turnoff for most people. But I love the idea of playing Brady in the playoffs. I love the idea of just looking up the mountain and seeing the fucking this guy up there with like a fucking lightning
like
bolt
Moses.
stick, literally with like this long flowing hair. He's got the hot wife. He's got
That's
the
literally
scars.
Moses.
Yeah, exactly. So it's getting me so excited just to know, and like I already know he hates the Eagles. He mentioned it in that golf 2-on-2 thing that he did last year. He hates the Eagles. He had to cheat to win his first Super Bowl against us, and then the second Super Bowl, obviously, he lost. It's just making me like extremely stiff. The idea that we can go into his house and beat him in his own game. Like, it's just getting me very excited this week.
Bobby, what makes you cream your jeans?
I mean, dude, this is the obvious one. I was downstairs when you sent the text and you were saying what we were going to go over. I just snapped a bong. I'm like, what gets me excited right now? Playoff football, plain and simple. I mean, standalone games, you get to watch and analyze every bit of it instead of like, I don't know how you guys do it, but I'll have Red Zone on and then a couple other games on other TVs. And you just don't really get to get like the full flow of a game. That's why Monday night and Sunday night football are obviously the best. But I mean, just playoff football, and everything's on the line. Everything means that much more. The games are being hyped up, and it's just every game you're going to get to go and watch. There's literally nothing better in the world than playoff football in any sport. So I couldn't be more excited, boys. I'm creaming my pants over here.
Beautiful.
You
As
know,
long as it's
like,
not Tua.
I came up with this segment, right? And I was like, what makes me cream my jeans? And the thing I'm about to say is kind of contradicting to that segment because the whole court case is based around a player creaming his jeans. So these are the statements that are coming out of the Deshaun Watson case as of right now. After the massage therapy session with Mr. Watson, 8 plaintiffs bragged and praised and were excited about massaging Mr. Watson. 7 plaintiffs willingly worked or offered to work with Watson after their alleged incidents. 3 plaintiffs lied about the number of sessions they actually had with Mr. Watson. 3 plaintiffs lied about their legal trauma and resulting harm. 5 plaintiffs told they wanted to get money out of Mr. Watson, and 5 plaintiffs have scrubbed or entirely deleted their social media accounts. So I'm over here just jizzing in my fucking jeans, knowing that Deshaun Watson is probably not going to be indicted. Therefore, he could be a Miami Dolphin. Now, I'm not claiming his innocence, and this cream can turn to piss because I will piss on him if he's found guilty on any charges, because I do not condone that, but I do condone my team trading for a top 5 quarterback in the league. You know what I mean? So that's what's making me fucking cream my pants. We'll get to our next segment. It's called Make Your Case. I'll start with Bobby. You got a minute, kid. Let's go.
All right. What am I making my case about today? All right. So I'm gonna make my case here about weather because I'm seeing so many people are talking about this Bills game, this Bills Patriots game. All anybody wants to say is it's going to be so cold. How are these guys going to stay warm? I heard Bart Scott suggesting they take Viagra to increase their blood flow circulation. Was it? I thought I saw Bart Scott. I don't know, but I've heard it a couple times now. Enough where I actually had to look into what it does, but that's another story.
Did you take it?
Hey, Josh
No,
Allen,
I didn't.
Josh Allen's going to need a bigger cup.
Yeah, seriously. But everyone's talking about how cold it's going to be, and I see everyone saying no one's going to be able to move. There's going to be no offense, but in reality, cold doesn't affect totals. I looked into it, and since 2009, there's been 40 games where the weather's been colder than 20 degrees. 60% of those games have went over the total. So They usually hang a little bit lower of a number, and then you go and you get that over. And if you want to talk about what really impacts a game, it's wind. And I think that's going to be the Bucks one there. I'm looking at the win there, like Ryan already mentioned earlier. But another stat I saw since 2003, in games with wind 25 miles per hour or stronger, the under has went 12-3.
So I hope so.
Those are 2 angles I'm looking at this week. I think people need to stop overreacting about the cold, and the wind is the real factor there.
Ryan, state your case, brother.
Yeah, I just want to second what Bobby just said. Wind and cold, or no, rain and cold do not affect an over-under at all. It's wind.
Shut up.
No, it's very obvious. They have fucking gloves. You're not dropping a ball because it's raining.
Yes, you are.
No. It's been proven.
Gloves don't work as good when they're wet.
Yes, they do, bro. They all have towels. They literally walk around with like 3 towels on them. Rain and temperature do not affect totals. At least not the way people make it out to be.
That's because the totals already dropped 5 points because of the weather.
Yeah, that's how it affects the totals because all the mushes come in and take the under, and all of us are just over here fucking taking a shot for every point, and we're blacked out by the second quarter. All right, I'm going to state my case. This is a little group exercise. I'm looking at the playoffs. There's, I believe, like 13 games left in the NFL this year. There's 14 teams remaining. And I'm just looking at my Eagles and just wondering the landscape over the next 3 years, okay? You've got Aaron Rodgers likely on the move. You've got Tom Brady getting old, but who knows? Who knows when he falls off?
Fucking Tom.
What team 3 years from now is going to definitely be better than the Eagles? I came up with 6. Chiefs, definitely, no questions asked. Okay.
Okay. Chiefs, Dolphins.
Okay, that's laughable. I'm not even looking at the teams that didn't make the playoffs besides the Chargers.
Okay,
Chiefs,
well, if they have Watson, we're better than you. But I'll let you go. This is your
do they
case,
have
not
Watson?
mine.
Do they have Watson?
We will, bitch. Don't be mad
Okay.
because he declined the trade to Philly. Don't be
Definitely.
mad. Don't be mad. State
Let
your
me
case.
Let me clear the air. If Deshaun Watson does not come to the Eagles, he is a rapist. Okay,
He doesn't want to go to Philly, bro. He declined the trade. You guys had the trade, and he said no. He doesn't want to go to that fucking dump.
Guilty. Okay, guilty. So we've got the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills, the Cowboys, the Cardinals, and I'll say the Rams.
That's 8 teams.
8 minus 2. Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, Cowboys, Cardinals, Rams.
You did not just count to 6 using 2 hands up to 3 on each fucking hand. You did not just fucking do that.
In my head, that felt so weird.
I've never seen that in my life.
It felt so weird. I was hoping nobody saw that or caught on to it. All right. Name the other teams. That's the point of the segment. Who else is definitely better 3 years from now? Think of the draft capital, the salary cap.
Okay, well, the Dolphins have the most. The Dolphins have the most salary cap and draft capital aside from the Eagles. So I'll leave my favorite team out because I'm obviously biased, but I would say the Dolphins. You said the Bengals, right? Did you say the Ravens?
Fuck no.
A healthy Ravens team? The
A
Titans?
Ravens team that has to pay Lamar Jackson as a top quarterback? Goodbye, defense.
The Titans?
The Titans.
They're the 1 seed in the AFC.
All right, Bobby, do you have any thoughts on this? Because Smoke has been drinking.
I mean, I just have a question. So you think Jalen Hurts is the answer? He's going to be a 10-year NFL guy?
Yeah, please stay with Jalen Hurts. Please, bro.
Hurts will be the answer, or this team is positioned in a way where they have the capital, they have the salary cap, they will have a quarterback 3 years from now. That is the answer, whether it's Hurts or somebody else.
I think it's fair to have hope. Every year the Dolphins have the most capital in the world, and it feels so good. It's like, oh, we got 3 first-rounders. We got all the draft capital, all the salary cap, and then it just crumbles and burns. So I got nothing against the Eagles. I got a bunch of buddies that are fans. I just don't know if I'm sold on Hurts personally. I think the kid tries his fucking ass off, and he's willing to go through it all, but I don't know if he's got an NFL arm. But with that hat on, I'll give you anything you want with that for the Eagles.
What about the Lions? The Lions don't have a shot?
I don't know. The Lions, the only thing the Lions will compete for is the number 1 pick with the Dolphins.
For sure, dude. Yo, how about Joe Judge say elite players wanted to play for him and then he gets fucking canned? Actually pissing down my leg.
Canned.
Did you see
he got fired because they couldn't hire a GM because no one wanted to work with his ass.
Yep.
Sounds familiar. Familiar. State my case. Well, I came up with the segment. I really don't know like what case I have to make. So I'm just gonna come up with one on the fly. I don't want to like tie in with my picks because I'm gonna drop an absolute lock. But my case is that the Cardinals get absolutely fucking manhandled by the Rams. So here's a teaser. I'm taking the Rams -4 for pretty much every dollar I have to my name. Cardinals are the biggest fraud in the world. They're getting cold way too late. I know they had a nice fucking win the other week, whenever the fuck it was. It wasn't enough for me. I'm not bought into them. Not bought into Cliff. Not bought into the other fucking midget that's way better than our midget. Let me take that back. I don't even want to be disrespectful to any other quarterback until I have one. Kyler's a beast. Kyler is a beast. I'm just being an asshole. But I think the Rams absolutely blow out the Cardinals because I believe the Cardinals are the biggest fraud in the NFC. That's my fucking case. But let's get into what we really need to talk about. Play off picks. And I'm going to start this one simply because I'm just the best NFL better out of all 3 of us. The Saturday games absolutely fucking blow. They blow dick. I mean, they blow more dick than the front page of Pornhub. They are so bad, but I still found a gem. These boys are talking about weather don't mean this, weather don't mean that. Give me the Patriots first half under 21.5. Comb your hair, brush your hair, take fucking care. I know it's going to be cold. I know it's going to be windy. These teams are going to be playing each other 3 times in the last 4 weeks. You got Bill Belichick, an absolute mastermind, up against Sean McDermott, fantastic head coach. These guys have just played each other way too much. They're going to have too much of a feel for what they're going to want to do to each other. I love the first half, slow start under. I mean, I know it's Mac Jones' first fucking playoff game, so the Pats are just going to run the ball the entire first half. I don't think you're going to put too much trust into Mac yet. And Josh Allen always starts off like Brett Favre, hot and fiery, just wants to sling the ball. He doesn't settle into the second half. I like the first half under 21.5 on Saturday. And then Sunday. Oh, I would fuck Sunday. That's how much I'm loving these Sunday games. Give me the dirty fucking Birds +9. I absolutely love the Birds in this spot. They got the better defense. Bucks are still a little banged up. I know Brady is the GOAT, but in the first round, he struggles to cover the spread. I like the Birds getting 9 points, and I also like that first half under at 23.5 points. Would not surprise me if both offenses look terrible to start that game. Then I got the Niners +3 against Dallas. Leave it to Dallas to fuck up the first round of the playoffs. I think the Niners have a coaching advantage. Honestly, a gigantic coaching advantage. My biggest concern for the Niners is their secondary. Their secondary fucking sucks, but I believe Shanahan will have those boys dialed in. And to be honest, the fact that this team has won 10 games speaks volumes. And honestly, the Chiefs game, I have them teasered down to 3 with the Niners +13 and the Eagles +19. I would probably lean the Chiefs. I mean, it's been a great story for Big Rape. This team really doesn't deserve to fucking be in the playoffs whatsoever. Great run, but fucking Big Ben gets humbled. So do the Steelers. I think the Chiefs end up blowing them out. So I would sprinkle 12.5. And like I said earlier, the Rams win big time over the Arizona Cardinals. Bobby, give us some fucking locks.
All right, let's get it. Start with the Vegas Cincy game. I'm going to play the under 48.5. I read a stat today that game's going to be cold. It's going to be like below 30 degrees there. Derek Carr-led team has never put more than 17 points up when playing below 30 degrees.
So it's almost like the weather matters.
No, is it my turn to speak or is it your turn to speak?
Thank you, Bobby.
I'm just giving out facts. Yo, when it fits your agenda, you rock with it. Come on.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, but go ahead. You're right. It's your turn to speak.
Vegas has a great pass rush, and they get home with 4 often. And Burrow is so successful when he gets blitzed because he can read that, pick that up, make a pre-snap read, and make a throw. The Raiders don't do that a ton. They're going to drop back, rush with 4, and I'm thinking they're going to get home with 4, to be honest with you. The last time they played, it was a really, really close game until the very end. There was a couple turnovers and it ended up turning into a bit of a blowout. So I like the under there. I'm looking for a low-scoring game, Burrow to kind of stay contained, and I think we get it there. New England Buffalo. I'm actually thinking about going to this game. I'm completely shocked. Tickets are like $30. Tickets are literally $30.
Shut up.
My buddy told me that, and I didn't believe him. I looked it up, and I can buy a ticket to get in the stadium for $27 right now.
Yeah, because it's 0 degrees.
But we live in Buffalo. Like that's nothing. Like that's every winter that comes by. You got to go outside and go shovel your driveway. Like people are just used to that. So
I would shoot myself in the fucking face if I had to walk outside my house and it was 0 degrees.
Oh my God, I would love it.
No, you
it's
wouldn't,
brutal,
bro.
I would absolutely love it.
You would like it for one time.
I would love it at that one time, though.
Bobby, keep going. I can't listen to this fucking kid speak.
So yeah, I might show up to that game. I mean, I'm gonna be watching it as a standalone game anyways, so I might as well be in the stadium to watch it. But I've said it so many times in this podcast. I'm so not bought into New England. I never have been. I never will be until they show me something. Winning this game would show me something. Then I would say, okay, they got something going here. But I'm not trusting Mac. Like I said, I think that the the weather that everyone's freaking out about is not going to be the worst deal in the world. So instead of playing the Bills, I'm playing their team total, 24. So I'm going to play the Bills team total over 24. Philly and Tampa, I touched on a bit earlier. I think the win's going to be the factor there. I think that, the Eagles' key to that game is going to be running the shit out of the ball and keeping it away from Tom. I think everyone kind of knows that that's the plan there. So if they're able to even be somewhat successful holding the ball, I think we see an under in that game. The Bucks are hurt all the way around. They're kind of limited on weapons. So I think the Eagles will do all right stopping them. I'm not sure about a side in that because Philly just seems to have Tom's number from that last Super Bowl. So who knows there? Dallas, San Fran, I don't feel like a certain way about that. I don't feel strongly. I lean Dallas only because Dallas, when they fully click, I think are one of the better teams in football. It's a huge if, so who knows what we're going to get. But I think if you take San Fran's best team in Dallas's best game, I'd take Dallas 9 times out of 10 there. So not a real strong play. Jimmy G still got that bad thumb, so we'll see what happens there. Pittsburgh and Kansas City. I like Kansas City on the teaser as well. I think that 12.5 might be a bit too much. There's something magic about this Steelers team with this Big Ben run. They all seem to really be playing hard for them. So I don't know if I could lay that 12.5, but maybe I get them in a teaser somewhere. And I think I'm going to be on the other side in the Cardinals-Rams game when you smoke. I just think that, both times these two teams played, the dog covered. The Cardinals are 6-0 as a dog this year. The Rams are calling Eric Weddle, who hasn't played in 2 years, to come play safety for them because they're missing their starting 2 safeties and starting corner. I haven't made the bet yet, but I'm definitely leaning Cardinals in that one. NFC West battles, my rule is always just take the underdog. So why not rule with it again here?
Stay there. Ryan, drop some picks.
Got to play in every game and multiple props. All right, here we go. Raiders-Bengals, first half under 24.5. 2 first-time playoff quarterbacks, 2 first-time playoff coaches. Their asses are going to be tighter than you know what. Also, Darren Waller is not going to be a factor in this game. Patriots-Bills, I'm taking the over. I took it last time these two teams played. They cashed in the third quarter. They left 30 points on the board also at that time. Eagles-Bucks, what more do I say? We're literally going to drop 60 on their heads. Jalen Hurts is going to have over 59.5 rushing yards, and Gronk is probably going to have over 59.5 receiving yards. Cowboys, this is what I've been waiting for so long. Nothing makes me more excited than the idea of watching Mike McCarthy in the playoffs. He's going to make Brandon Staley look like Bill Walsh and John Madden's son. He literally sucks. He's such a clown. Nobody gets me more riled up than him in the playoffs. Steelers-Chiefs, I'm laying the touchdown in the first half. I don't give a shit. The Steelers are done. Big Ben sucks. Patrick Mahomes is literally going to drop his brajol on his head. And the Rams and Cardinals, Monday night, what a firework game. Yeah, a lot of points. No, give me the under, whatever it's at. Don't have it pulled up right here. I'll get it right now.
49.5.
49. Ooh, that's kind of low. All right, give me the over. This is going to be first to 28. I see like a 31-26, 31-24, something like that. Monday night, first round ends with the fireworks, and then the winner of this game actually gets to avoid my Eagles in the second round because we'll be busy beating the shit out of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
I can't follow up with anything. That was
I can't believe you said it with a straight face.
He's so serious.
The Aaron Rodgers one especially.
Oh my God, I literally can't. I'm going to that game also. That's where I will personally volunteer to be in a blizzard, and I will be there. I will wear a t-shirt. 100% I'll be there.
Honestly, can you close this out with an EAGLES Eagles?
I really
Come on, do it.
All right. Can I get like raspy though? Like I can't. I'll get
do it.
I'll get
do it. Come on.
I'll give you a nice one. It'll be raspy but quiet.
No. Like you're at the game.
No, I can't.
Bro, it's the first week of the playoffs. We've done 18 weeks on the podcast. Give me an EAGLES Eagles.
I'll give you an EAG.
No.
Yeah. That's all I can do, bro. I can't go crazy loud. I got someone sleeping.
EAGLES Eagles.
There
we go.
There we go.
All right, I guess I'll close it out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week, and hopefully the fucking birds fly.